on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. You, the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. That we have each other, that we have each other, and we will rise, we will rise, we'll rise, we'll rise.
I love that. Doesn't matter how many times I hear that song. I always want to stand up and start singing, but my dulcet tones never go down good. Hiya, everyone. Welcome to the live LUF Lounge. We've got some fantastic speakers tonight, and it's going to be more of an intimate night tonight. So before we get going, there's some jobs for you. I know there's 31 people watching right now, so just hit the, you know the drill, you know what time it is, man. Hit that like and share button. Hit it now. Let's get it shared to as many groups. In fact, send us some positive vibes. Hit that like and share button. We want people to hear important messages, and tonight we have got some weighty voices going to ring out loud. We've got the lovely Lindsay monitoring your comments. Say hello, Lindsay.
Hello, people. Yeah, like Pete said, like and share to as many groups, to your own Facebook pages, spread the message far and wide. I'm Lindsay Jackson. I'm lead volunteer, Red Rose North team, and advocate of the Lancashire User Forum. Please comment, like, any comments you want. If you just want me to shout a hello to you, I'll do my best to do so. Questions for Willie, Chris, myself, Pete. Yeah, interaction. Let's have some interaction and some love. And let's see how far we can spread the love.
Yeah. So start off by saying hello to Lindsay in them comments, and we'll come back to Lindsay shortly for some shout outs. So what have we got on tonight? We have got Chris Fogg. Chris Fogg's going to share a little bit about his story, and also he's going to sing for us. He's going to sing some wicked songs. I'm going to have a chat with Lindsay as well, because we want to know why Lindsay is on here, what she gets out of it, and then we're going to go to Willie. Willie is like, he's a mascot for the LUF. He comes to the meetings, and what we want to do, just cutting through our you know, straight to the realness of it. We want to keep this space open for people who don't tend to get opportunities to have their voice heard on a broader network, on a broader footprint. You sometimes just get chewed up by the system, and we want to make sure, you know, we've had some quite well-known, well-respected, you know, senior professionals and people on this platform. So I'm really glad that we've got another one called Willie McBlain. You know, we've got Willie on to share his story. And I think just before we get into that show, I'll just share a little, it touched my heart this week. Willie's been texting me, we've been chatting back and forth, and he put something on Facebook, and you guys responded. You just hit the like button and a few comments encouraging him. And he sent me a text to say, you know, do you know how much that meant to Willie? Now, he'd probably share a little bit more about that, but I think for me, it just epitomizes what it is we've got as a network of people who are there for one another, not to pull holes and you know, rip lumps out of each other, but to encourage, to positively reaffirm, and be there shoulder to shoulder with people. And I just think that is a beautiful thing, man. And we've got that. We've built that. So without any further ado, can we just start off with a bit of a rock down in the lockdown and go over to Chris? So Chris, are you going to tee us up with a tune, mate?
Yeah, let's do this, shall we? I was going to. It's up to you, right? What do you want? Should we start off with a more down tempo one, or do you want something a little bit more upbeat and a little bit more in your face?
What do you want, Willie?
Some low beater.
So something a little bit down tempo. Okay, let's go with that. So this first song that I'm gonna do, just let me switch over. Wait a minute. There we go. This first song that it's actually so weird and so different in comparison to the rest of the songs you're going to hear from me tonight. But I'm here because I am now becoming a volunteer with Red Rose. I'm working with mental health. I run the mental health group in St Anne's, and this song is completely about addiction. It's about mental health, and it's really positive vibes and really connected within that tone. So we're going to start off with a song by by an artist called Machine Gun Kelly, Youngblood, and Travis Barker from Blink-182. It's called I Think I'm Okay. Can you hear that track? Have we got audio? Watch me take a good thing and fuck it all up in one night. Catch me, I'm the one on the run away from the headlights. No sleep, I'm all week wasting time on people I don't like. Something's goddamn wrong with me. Drown myself in alcohol, that shit never helps at all. I may say some stupid things, now when you pick up this call, I've been hearing silence on the other side for way too long. I can taste it on my tongue, I can taste that something's wrong, but I guess it's just my life, and I can't take it if I wanna, but I cannot hide in the hills of California, because these hills have eyes and I got paranoia. I hurt myself sometimes, is that too scary for you? Watch me take a good thing and fuck it all up in one night. Catch me, I'm the one on the run away from the headlights. No sleep, up all week, wasting time on people I don't like. I think that something's fucking wrong with me. Roll me up and smoke me love. We can fly into the night. Roll me up and smoke me love. We can fly into the night. If you take drugs to let go, you figure it all out on your own. We take drugs from gravestones to figure it all out on your own. Watch me take a good thing and fuck it all up in one night. Catch me, I'm the one on the run away from the headlights. No sleep, up all week wasting time on people I don't like. I think there's something fucking wrong with me. Find me alone at midnight inside my mind, trying to get things right. Be one to keep you going, so you don't wake in the morning. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Find me alone at midnight inside my mind, trying to get things right. Be one to keep you going, so you don't wake in the morning. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Wow. Wow, man, blown away. Massive voice on you there, Chris. So before you go anywhere, Chris, just give you a second to catch your breath.
I'm cool. Let's go.
I think, it's a really good song because it's Alcohol Awareness Week, isn't it? And we know a lot of people in lockdown are going to be struggling with alcohol, even irrespective of the lockdown. I think that's just amplified it. But you've had your own issues, haven't you, Chris? You've struggled with mental health as well, not just substance misuse.
Absolutely. I might only be 29, and but I've had such a I hate to say hard, but I've had such a quite a dark past. When I was 3 years old, I was sexually abused until I was about 4.5. And after that, my mum spiraled into depression. She spiraled into alcohol and substance misuse. So I was around that a lot growing up. And when I was 13, I was diagnosed with severe mental health. Severe depression is the first sort of rubber stamp that I was given. And I took my first overdose, and I got brought back to life. I had to be brought back to life twice. It was a serious overdose, and
was that an accidental one, or was it?
No, that was completely on purpose. I was 13 years old. We lived in Radcliffe at the time in Manchester, and I went and my mum had a cupboard full of a medication. I went and took boxes of it. I think I actually took over 150 tablets. And my mum was next door but one at our neighbour's house, and I knew what I was going to do. And I went next door to, if you remember this, little throwback, to borrow a VHS from our next door neighbour. And I gave her a massive hug and kiss, and I just said, I love you. And I went back home and I took all those tablets, and she never used to cry. I've always been a napper, still to this day. I nap with my kids, and she came up to check on me, and I was fine. I was fast asleep, and she went back downstairs, and she was downstairs for about 2 minutes, and something told her to go and check on me again. And she came back upstairs 2 minutes later, and I was choking on my own vomit, and I'd stopped breathing. And from that moment on, mental health has always been such a pivotal important part of my life, because you never get over it. You never get over those past traumas. You never get over mental health. It's something that you just learn to control, you learn to live with, you learn to cope with. And I, you know, I'm not somebody that knows everything. I might be working with Red Rose now, and I might be doing the mental health groups, but I'm far from perfect. But what I can say to anybody out there that is feeling this way, or is feeling low, is you're not alone. You're not you're not you're not by yourself, and there are places out there that you can reach out to. There are people that you can reach out to, and
the stigma around it, though, in the Chris, you know, for
absolutely,
for people who've got senior jobs, just say, for instance, you are a captain of industry, or you're somebody who potentially could speak on a subject and blast stigma out the water. I think, first of all, these issues are real. Everybody goes through it. Not everybody, but a large percentage of people go through it. I think the reason they don't talk about it is because there's a perceived perception that you're weak. You know, it's like if you go to your board of directors and say, you know, I was in tears last night, stood over a bridge thinking, you know, should I jump? They then think, oh, is he suitable for this job?
Yeah.
Is he strong enough to be in it? So people don't talk about issues, do they? You know, because other people wrapped around them might push them away. Not, you know, thankfully doesn't happen in our sector, but I'm talking about the wider world.
Oh, absolutely. And you've said it perfectly. Like, mental health, it's crazy to think, like, just stop and think for a second that we're in 2020 and mental health is still got stigma attached to it. It's still a taboo subject. Like, what is that all about? Like, mental health is not a taboo subject. Mental health is not a dirty thing. It's a very real thing. Like, if you look at the statistics out there, there are people that work, you know, in senior roles in for banks and really high up companies that are having to go to food banks because they can't feed their families. Like, it's so real, and it's so, like, you know, I live with it every single day. Like, what you know, I got asked to come on here tonight, and the first thing I did was fire over an email to you and say, are you sure that you want me to come on? Somebody else can take my spot. And
right, let's just drill down into that, because just for a second, because we said we want this to be an intimate show, so there's less people on it. We've got more time to get deeper. You sent me an email, and your first thoughts was somebody else. Are you sure you want me to come on? There's people who are more important than me. And the other thing that I've noticed as well is you have thanked us and the leadership who pulled together this platform about 6 or 7 times, when really it's us who need to thank you, because you've got the skill, you've got the talent. I could not sing like that. I wish I could, because my missus loves all that, and I would be underneath the window, you know, singing to her every night if I had that voice.
Look at you, little romantic.
I suppose what I'm saying is, we should be thanking you. You've got the skill, but you've got it wrong. It's like we just need to reach inside and turn that button a little bit.
I said before, like, I said, you know, I've played shows and festivals in front of 1,000 and more people before, and I've never got an email saying you've got this gig, and emailed them back and said, do you want me to play it? That's mental. And I think what it is about this platform is you reach such a wide audience and such a huge area. It's all over the world, and I think my thoughts were, you know, this is my 3rd time on now, and I don't want people to get bored of me. I don't want people to, and you know what? I'll come on every week and sing and scream and put smiles on faces. If that's what I'm doing, I will do it for you every single week. I will walk barefoot to people's houses to do it if it puts a smile on their face and alleviates some of that mental health.
So, because what I picked up from you when we'd asked you to come on, you were so grateful that we'd asked you.
Absolutely. Like I've been singing and performing for 13 years, and I am still grateful for big shows that I'm asked to play, big tours that I'm asked to go on, big bands that I'm asked to support. I'm grateful for it because I adore performing. I love singing. Singing has been the only thing in my life that has been consistent. I can genuinely remember singing musicals and singing, you know, pop songs when I was 3, 4, 5 years old, when I was going through that hell. So music has been the only thing in my life that has never ever let me down. And because of that,
what we're going to do, we're going to connect you in with our bucket hat, our boy in the bucket hat, and we're going to get you some exposure on Dry Wave Radio. So if you're watching, Ben, the next phone call you have to me is to sign up this fella on your next show. Let's make it happen. And I'm going to come back to you, Chris, shortly, because you're going to stay with us for the night, aren't you, pal?
Oh, I've got some more tunes lined up for you. We're only going to get heavier from here.
Good man. So, Lindsay,
I was going to say, I'm going to have to jump in a minute because, oh my goodness me, you've got so many. I've run out of paper, so I'll have to move over, but let me get some of these. Lots of love from so many people. Brad Duke, Stuart Watson sent me a lovely message. Bless Brad. Dan Littlechild, Joe Duffield, first on as usual. He's first on every week, bless him. Tracy Gillespie, Jill Stokes, Wendy Dagger, Lisa Graney, Emily Kinder, commenting away, bless her. Joe Clayton, Bev Webster. Let me just get the newest ones. Kaylee Carmel, Music is Medicine, Jonathan Chapman, Tracy Gillespie again, Steph Masterson, but so much for you, Chris. Music is Medicine, Exposure. This is from Jonathan Chapman, who I know you know from St Anne's.
Yeah.
Stephen Brown's requesting that Pete, somehow quite a good singer. Apparently you were singing the Spice Girls, which I know to be true. On was it last night, Pete? So Stephen Brown's wondering if you'd sing Stevie Wonder, I Just Called to Say I Love You to Emma.
Yeah,
I'd do it.
Is that a thing?
Man.
Jonathan Chapman saying,
yeah.
I've got a lot of respect for Chris and a lot more aware about mental health since getting to know him in groups.
Oh, wow.
Lisa Graney, Joe Duffield, or Casanova Pete. I'm not quite sure what that means.
Because he was talking about serenading his wife under the,
Right. Joe Clayton again, David Dakin. It's just gone a little bit mad on there. Someone asking me if I'm, Joe Duffy's asking if I'm on my beanbag. I'm not sure that's relevant, Joe, but thank you. Drew Hicks, Christopher Blenkard, for both mental health and addiction, connection is the key. Absolutely, it's the key. Absolutely, it's the key. Mark Edwards, sorry. Right, I can start again on a new piece of paper now. I think I've got through.
Just hang fire there, Linz, because I'm going to come back to you in a second. What I want to do is let the community know that this week's value, so every week we have a different value. The value is community. That's our value this week, community. And the focus is going to be around integrating. You know, what we know is people do well while they're supported, but when they, you know, move into independent living or independent community, they don't always do so well. So tonight's focus is going to be on integrating, and we're going to open it up to the community. So if you tune into this show and you want to come on and be one of the guests, then later on we're going to put the link up, and it's for anyone and everyone to say, right, let's get in that space. So stick around. And
that could be fun, couldn't it?
Well, it could be cringy. It could be fun.
Could be cringy. Hey, come on, Emily Kinder, you've got to be one. I'm sure she'll just jump in.
That's our values for anyone and everyone to come in and have a voice. We can't have too many, so the first couple that get in will have yours.
Oh, you've
So
got a guest there, Pete, behind you.
Try to freshen it up. Yeah, this is my little Oppo. Come here. What's wrong? What?
Oh, heck.
Oh, it sounds like my two kids.
Right, so they're having wars. Go and have it. Go and show him your press ups and your muscles. So yeah, we've had a competition this week as well, and we're going to disclose the winner to that. So there's a bit of a news flash to that competition also. So community, that's our value, and what it means to us is caring about and offering support and friendship to people throughout their journey. Being open and honest with people and supporting them in being open and honest with others, recognizing and valuing the role of families, friends and the wider community in recovery, connecting people together who share a passion and belief in recovery, and reaching out to every community to raise awareness of addiction, mental health and recovery. So building capacity in communities and families to support sustainable recovery and lasting change. And we're all in this together, aren't we? You all right? Shows your muscles. Okay. So Willie, we are going to come to you in a minute, and we're going to have a chat with you. But before we get to Willie, Lindsay, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions, really, and say, you know, you're part of the Lancashire User Forum leadership. You volunteer as a lead volunteer for Red Rose Recovery. You do loads behind the scenes. What do you get out of it? You know, because you've got an accent from the northeast that as well, haven't you? So what's the northeast girl doing in Lancashire?
I haven't got an accent. I don't know what you're on about. I am. You put me on the spot now, haven't you, Peter? I am from the northeast, kind of, most of my life anyway. Yeah, I was born in Derbyshire, moved to Birmingham. But I moved to the northeast in about 1978, I think. I actually only came down to Lancashire to do rehab. That was January 2019. I did a 6-month programme at Littledale Hall. And I suppose I never went back, basically because of my recovery. Because of Red Rose Country, it's my home now. So I just never. The recovery is the best, isn't it? So it's my safe place, it's my home, and I fell in love with it. So I've moved away. My children, I've got 3 children, 3 boys who are in the northeast still, but they know mum's here and mum's safe here, and I'm not sure how safe I'd be if I went back to the madness up there. So it's tough, but yeah, the reason I'm in Red Rose County is because of rehab. Littledale Hall. I'll shout out to Littledale Hall. It saved my life.
Okay.
But ask me another. I know you're going to. I can see you waiting.
Yeah. Well, you said that wasn't the plan to stay in Lancashire, but you've relocated to Lancashire. Is that been tough?
Very tough, yeah. I was really poorly before I went into rehab. I'd basically just about drank myself to death, to be honest. Yeah, I was diagnosed with liver cirrhosis the back end of 2018. I'd already got my place at Littledale Hall, but yeah, I was rushed into hospital and diagnosed with alcoholic hepatitis, liver cirrhosis and severe jaundice. So I thought I was going to die, Pete. So recovery for me it's not really an option. It is a matter of life or death for me. So it is tough being away from my boys, but when I was drinking, I wasn't there for my boys anyway, was I? You know what I mean? When you're in the madness, I wasn't a mum to my children, so it is a tough decision. It's a really tough decision, but the connection I have with my kids is just, I love them dearly and they love me, and I've got a really good connection back with them, which I never thought I would get.
Do you know, I've spoke to people who have struggled with that. So they know they're poorly, but they feel too guilty. They don't want to leave their loved ones to go away and get well. And, you know, it's a shame that happens.
I didn't actually intend when I went in Littledale. I just thought it was, in my head, it was kind of a bit of I thought, well, it's a cure. And I honestly didn't, perfectly honestly, I honestly didn't think that forever was even a possibility. It was still in the back of my mind that maybe you can pick up again, but you can't. I've seen too many people who I did treatment with. I lost another guy I did treatment with last night, actually. And that's 6 that I did treatment with who've passed. And it's bloody tragic.
Suppose that's the serious side to it, because, you know, you was talking before about, I dropped in on a group last night where you all have fun and great laughter and camaraderie, but behind all that, there's some hidden harm. There's some scars that we carry, and we put on a brave face, you know, just to get through life.
Yeah.
Well, like you were saying before, it's that stigma, isn't it? I remember my GP saying, when for years and years I've been, you know, with drug and alcohol services back in the Northeast, and speaking of our GP, and he said, you know, forever's a long time. You know, that I didn't think of that one day at a time. It was forever's a long time. And you just can't think like that. It is one day at a time. So
was it bad for you? And it was bad?
Oh God, it was as bad as it wanted. I'd spent years in and out of, I'd gone in psychiatric units, and of course they won't treat your mental health. Which came first, my mental health problems or my alcohol? I'm not sure, to be honest, to this day, which you just deal with one or the other. But I couldn't see any light. I mean, I try and look after myself now, but I basically, I hope no one's eating, but I just basically sat in my own waste. I was sick every day. I didn't brush my teeth. I had no idea what I even looked like. When my social worker came around and said, you need to get to the doctors. And I said, why? And she said, have you not looked in the mirror? And I said, no, because why would I look in the mirror? And when I did, I was stunned. My eyes were yellow. I was just like a big orange balloon. And at that point, and when I got rushed into hospital, from years of not being caring if I lived or died, which is pretty foul when you've got 3 beautiful boys, I couldn't see a life. Alcohol was life. There wasn't, and I couldn't see a way out of having a life without it. Yeah. And I didn't want to. I didn't want to be alive. I took tablets. I tried to hang myself. I couldn't see any other thing. I was just lost. You know,
you attempted suicide
several times. Yeah, tablets. I tried to hang myself. And it was just a case. My partner at the time was like, well, you've got 3 beautiful boys, and I do. And it's like, if you loved them, you'd stop. Well,
no, it's not about that. It's not like that.
It's absolutely not about that. But you can't see that anything. And then it was just my attitude to life was, what's the point? I'd lost 2 jobs. I'd had a job for 21 years. I lost that through my drinking. You know, my mental health turned to drink to appease. I thought, in my head, my mental health, and obviously it's like putting petrol on the fire. Depression got worse and worse, and I kept coming back from it and thinking, well, I'm all right now because I've not drank for a few days, or this time I'll just have a little bit of drink. Well, you don't, do you? You don't do a little bit of drink. There isn't a little bit of drink. So yeah, it's tough. But you were talking about that group, Peter. My youngest, my Alfie, my surprise, my Lindsay, you haven't gone through the menopause after all. My 9-year-old was on the group on Friday night, so we started joining in the groups on the Friday night, and he loves it, and that's just incredible seeing, you know. And I talk to my boys about it. They know, even my 9-year-old knows what Mum's been through. He doesn't really.
Why would you not introduce your son to a community of people who've triumphed over so much adversity and trauma and pain, who just exist to love and give something back to people? And why would you not introduce your kid to that? Well,
I'm incredibly proud now. I'd never thought I'd say I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the Red Rose people. I've met the best people through Red Rose Recovery. Now it's gone into Zoom. It's actually had a positive effect on my connection, because I'm not just based in Lancaster North, you know, Lancaster and Morecambe. I see people, you know, that are in Blackpool, or, you know, or in Accrington or wherever, and we go on, I just jump into whoever groups, and the people I've met have just been incredible. But they've come through, like you say, there's people being in the justice, you know, have criminal records, you know, they've done jail time, and you think, who's going to want me? Who am I? I'm just this. Your self-worth's gone. Your self-worth has gone. You've got no reason to even get out of bed. Who I haven't got a voice anymore. I'm just this. Pathetic was a word that was described on a daily basis. I was pathetic, and I used to think I was pathetic.
Well, according to the community, they are saying you're not pathetic, and you haven't got a strong accent, and you have to stay in that. And we
see, I've missed all of the comments, Pete, because I'm looking at the screen. So, bless Glen Island.
Do us a favour, go back and have a read through them while we get another song off Chris.
I'm going to. Will it make me cry though? Because I don't want to be crying.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a bit of And can I just ask the community to hit the like and share button? Let's get some positive vibes out there. Thanks, guys. So over to you, Chris Fogg.
Thank you so much. Right, I thought it was coming, so I got myself set up ready. Wait a minute. Unmute. There we go. Come on. Here we go. Right, okay, guys. I said that we were going to go a bit heavier. This is my bread and butter. This is what I'm normally used to doing. This song. All tangled. There we go. This song is by a band called Of Mice and Men, and the lyrics, if you can understand them, are very, very poignant, very, very relevant. Trusting your instincts. Sorry, my son's just come in the room. You're feeling when you close your eyes. He's laughing at me. Thank you.
Oh man,
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks,
I've read
Chris.
some comments, Pete.
you do not hold back, do you, Chris?
Never.
I'm welling
Wait a
up.
minute. What I will say is, make sure you tune in to the very end. I've got 3 songs, and at the end, I'm going to do something. I hope that I don't kill myself doing it, because it's very, very tight space in here, but you don't want to miss it. I'm going to do something very special for you at the end.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, the numbers shot up there, so you're obviously hitting a few cards with some people, and you know, if that's not for you too, that's all right too. You know, but what we're not going to do is close it down, and I think to see you putting so much passion into that, mate, more power to you. Good on you, Chris.
Thank you. I'm doing it, like I say, I'm doing it to put smiles on faces. I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea. Trust me, it's not my mum's cup of tea. It's not my missus' cup of tea. It's not my son's cup of tea. He was holding his ears as I was doing it, but I'm doing it to put smiles on faces. And like I say, the end song, you won't want to miss it. I promise you. Even if the music isn't for you, what I'm going to do will be.
Do you know what's important though? It's your cup of tea. It's your cup of tea, mate, and that's what.
It's what's got me through everything. It's why I'm still here. It's why my kids have still got their dad. It's you know, it is the most important thing in my life, bar my 2 boys. This one right here, he'll say hello, and then he'll go, say hello, there you go.
Hiya.
All right, go. Go out.
Yeah.
They my 2 boys, Ollie and Chester, and my music are the reason that I'm sat here today. You know, music is, like I say, it's been the only thing that has never let me down, and music is a powerful tool.
I love seeing that kind of passion. You know, that's what does it for me. You're all in, aren't you? When you sing that, you are all in, and I think. I would imagine there's some people watching you thinking, I wish I could let go just like that and be so free.
When I sing, so I've always said there is 2 sides to me. There is Chris McWilliam, who is the person that is a father, who is a fiance, who is a homeowner, who pays his bills, and that side to me. And then there's Chris Fogg. And Chris Fogg is a guy, when that switch goes on, I'm a performer. Whether it's live in front of hundreds and thousands of people, or whether it's over Zoom, it doesn't matter. You're still going to get the same performance.
Every year, Chris, we have a community camp out, and around the campfire, we have, you know, musicians and singers come, and we'll light the fire of an evening, and we'll have a sing song. So, this coming year, you know, next summer, I really hope you're there with us.
It'd be my pleasure, and I'll be there. I can't play the guitar, but I do have wireless gear. I can bring a speaker
just
with me.
Bring your spirit, man. Just bring your spirit. That's all we want. Just bring that positive energy.
All I want from this is, if people are watching live, or if you're watching back, and you're watching, you think it's not really for me, but you sat there, and do you know what? This is what I say. If you're laughing at me, you're still smiling, so I've still won. I've still put a smile on your face, and that is all that matters. This is a forum to put smiles on faces, to give the voiceless a voice, and to really open ourselves up. And it means, like you said it before, it means the world to me to be.
And that comes across. And that's the thing, man. If it lights your fire, and it does, I can see it does, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing, man. If you get love and joy, and, you know, it feeds your spirit, then you're doing something for you, you know.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're coming to Willie.
Hello.
Willie. Before we get to you, Willie, has Lindsay got any comments?
I was just going to jump in there, Pete, because I've got a long one from Stuart Watson. Could we ask Chris if he feels he's learned more on how to deal with his issues from addiction services as well as music than mental health services, but he's not criticising mental health services, just it's his experience. Do you think that's the same?
I would honestly say, and I'm not saying it because I'm on this forum or I'm a volunteer or becoming a volunteer for Red Rose. I have got more help, more I've just got more out of being a part of Red Rose than I have through the community mental health team, through ATS, through round here it's the Woodlands, which is where I go and see my mental health worker. They are all brilliant in their own fields, but the first time I ever went to a group in St Anne's, I felt like something clicked. I belonged. No one judged me. People wanted to help, and it's through our groups being the way that it is. It's through the people in it. It's through everyone from the very top all the way down that has changed my life. And a week before going to my first group with Red Rose, I had the police called out, and I'd been in hospital after taking another overdose, and I was in the worst place. I was in the depths of disparity again. I'd lost it. I'd lost my battle, and I got introduced to Lorna as like sort of my mental health worker scrambling to try and help me. And my God, it's the best thing to ever happen to me. So Red Rose has not only saved my life, but it's also changed my life. So I hope that wasn't a long-winded answer, but yes, the answer is yes. It has done more for me than any of the other services out there, because it's real. The real people with real life. It's Kevin told me it's expert by experience. You're not people telling you how to beat it out of a textbook. It's people telling you how their life has been and getting each other better because they love each other. And how can anything be better than that?
It's relatable though, isn't it, when you're talking to people who've been through it, not for someone who's studied it at university necessarily. It's not, if you haven't lived it, I don't know how anyone could ever
there's so many people out there that study this sort of stuff, and they go through every textbook, and they go out there as a mental health worker, and they think that they're tooled up, and they go to their first job and they see somebody that's just about to go and shoot themselves or go and hang themselves, and they crumble because all they've got is the textbook. They've not got that real life experience. We haven't got that relatability. When I was that depressed that I was in hospital again, I got out of hospital and I came straight to group, and I was sat there crying because I said to them, I don't know if I'm going to make it through the next hour. And Lorna just said, you will, because we're not going to let you not. We're going to, I've not slept for 2 days. I was such a mess.
You've been with them today, haven't you, on group?
We had a group at Inspire, and then we had a support training session with Emma. And Emma said to me today, she was like, something's clicked in you, something's changed. I can see growth in you. And I care so much about Red Rose, about the groups in general. It means so much to me, and the people in it. And the show, the LUF Lounges that I've been on, I've looked back through the comments, and anybody that has said anything about me or I care about you guys as well. I care about everybody that are in the comments that are feeding back, because you're a part of our family, and I see this as my extended family. And
can I just can I just, I suppose, choose my words carefully while I articulate how important it is to be mindful with your comments, because I know one year we had a guy come to camp and he performed, and we put a clip of his performance on, and some people said some really horrible, hurtful things about him. poured buckets of shit over his reputation and over his you know, his joy and his passion, and had no you know, no cause to think about how that might impact him. And you know, that night he tried to take his own life because he was reading what some of the community was saying, and it was just, I just think, where'd you get off on that, man? So you know, in this space, let's make sure we protect this space, guys, to be good and true and beautiful and positive. Let it not be a space where we try and pull one another down and break what we've got up. Sorry to take the tone down a little
I was
bit.
going to say, I don't think there's any worries, because it looks to me like I've got a load of big brothers and sisters that we've got our backs, and I think the Red Rose family, you can't break us down. I'm sorry, but you can have a go, but it's not happening. You've got so much positivity. Christopher Blancarn, think a lot of us wouldn't be here without our Red Rose family, and it is a Red Rose family. Glen Island, feeling part of something helps people believe in themselves and move forward with their lives. Absolutely. And it is, honestly, it's not cheesy, I'm not getting paid to say it. Red Rose is my extended family. The people I've met on it are just incredible. Whether you're up, whether you're down, you go on the groups, and it's just, I wouldn't be here now if I didn't have that connection here. And I'd probably gone back up the northeast, and I don't think I would have survived. Well, I know I wouldn't have survived. There's no two ways about it. And it is like an extended, well, Chris will know, it's like his extended family, but you can see it. You can see it on the comments. It's like the people have got your backs. Kaylee Carmel, our lovely Joe Clayton, Darren Bird, you know, we've got each other's backs, absolutely, because we are getting it between us, we're getting it and passing that on. Yeah. And hopefully other people will get it, you know, they can see how.
I've flipped through the comments, and do you know what? I get it. It's fine. I know that what I do isn't for everybody, and if it's not for you, I do apologise.
Well, someone said they like ABBA, so do I. You know what I mean?
I was playing Uncharted yesterday, listening to Elton John, but as a performer, I do the heavy stuff, and it's just what I do. Honestly, if you don't like it, that's absolutely fine. Honestly,
do you know what I like about you? I mean, the music, where you roar, you know, that's not what attracts me to it. What attracts me to it is your energy and your passion that you put into it. It's not just the music, it's the performance that I enjoy. And I suppose the reason why I wanted you to come on this week was so that we could put you on big screen and not just small, because it's that energy and that passion that speaks to people. Okay.
Pete, sorry a minute. Pete.
Go on, yeah.
1 minute, please.
Yeah, go on.
Just to go up.
Go for it, mate. So we're going to come back to Willie in a second. He's just nipped to the hatch to get his meds, and I suppose we all know what that's like. We've all got that experience.
Yep.
So over to you, Lindsay, then. One of the things you said, one second, hold on, because we're having a bit of a dilemma here. One second. We're live streaming here. No, there's like 4 televisions in the house. You're just going to sit in here while I go out. I'll put it on low. You want to watch the one in the living room when there's 4
Well,
in
isn't
the
that
house?
typical, isn't it? Kids,
you know what I mean? Right. So one of the things that struck a chord with me, Lindsay, you are a volunteer, and you do give and give a lot. Is that something you hope to change in the future?
Is that so? Sorry, say that again, Peter.
So I've written down here, you know, you don't get paid for doing this.
No.
A lot of the guys do what they do as volunteers. They give, you know, unselfishly. So I suppose my question to you is that, do you see that changing? What are your hopes for the future?
I don't know when it's going to be. I think what I want to do long term is get paid for doing what I do now. But I love it. It's not even a case of money for me. I do it because, like I say coming out with these cheesy comments, but it's true. I do it because I know how crap it is to be in that and have that no hope hole of despair, that you've got no voice, you've got no sense of purpose.
So they're saying, give her a job, and it's like, and then because I just think volunteers, and there's you and there's a few guys like you who just give and give and give. I just want you to take encouragement that there's a few of us who are out creating those opportunities to make sure that we can bring employment back into this space. And what you've done is put yourself in the pole position. You and a few others for when those opportunities come, because effectively as a lead volunteer you're training in the role, and it'll be a different role that we are successful in securing new contracts. I just think without putting myself, just keep doing what you're doing, Lindsay.
It has been suggested, and I have no intentions of going anywhere. Like I say, I do it because I love it. I mean, last Monday I was 7 hours on groups meetings. I do it because I love it. And if I can inspire, if someone's watching this and they get anything, and you think, well, she's done that. I'm not making it up. I have been as close to death, and having years and years of living and thinking, I don't really care if I die. I don't care if I wake up tomorrow, or trying to end my own life. To be that low and have such a little opinion of yourself.
Right, yeah, I'm going to have to shout this one out. Christopher Blencarn has said, Pete, you could interview 1 million people and you still won't find anyone better. And I just think, good on you, mate. Good on you.
He's after something. I haven't given him any money or anything, Peter, honestly. No, he's a dear guy. Thank you, Christopher.
Putting that kind of positivity out will definitely reap some reward back into your own world, Mr. Glenn. So stay tuned, dude. I have so much inspiration for Lindsay, and she impresses me so much. And you come on every week and you read other people's comments. So I just think it's nice to read some comments to you, Lindsay. And you have, you just hear what the community, you just have a bit of that positive vibe, a bit of that love.
I love it. Yeah, but that's what I got. This is why I've stayed with Red Rose. I left rehab. I went to Red Rose looking random. And honestly, when I left rehab, I ticked a box. They said, get some recovery. And I couldn't get this idea of volunteering. I thought, well, surely you're working and you're not getting any money. I didn't get it. I really didn't get it. But it's like you're getting more than any money back. I used to do the cinema project. I went in the homeless shelter, and people started like asking me, well, how do you do this? How do you stay so positive? And I'm like, this was me only not that long ago. How are you like this now when you say you've been down there? And I'm like, trust me, I have been as low down as I ever want to be.
While Willie's gone, right, I think we should announce the winner of the competition. What do you reckon?
Oh, come on. Is it the hat one?
For Willie. Yeah, it's the hat competition.
Well,
I'm just for Willie to come back.
Is it already picked? Because I kept mine in case anyone hadn't seen it, because this was one of my. Look at that little dude there. Look at this hat.
That looks like a pimp hat.
Isn't it? It's good though, isn't it?
I like that.
So if I haven't won, I'm sorry, but there's something wrong with the panel.
Chris, go and take your toilet break.
Thank you.
I'll tee the guys up who are watching. So Willie coming back, and
I'm back, Pete.
There we go.
so there
Sorry
we go.
about that, everybody.
I'll be back.
Right, Willie.
Yeah.
Before we get into your like conversation, do you want to see who won the community competition, or do you want to have a chat first? Which do you want to do?
I want to see who won.
Come on. Fingers crossed for me, Willie, because I entered 3 times. I've got to be in with it. Look at mine. Look at these.
Right.
All right.
Lindsay, tell everybody what the competition was about.
The competition was started off by, I do believe, our lovely Ben Riley, Dry Wave. And we had to post on the LUF page. And I think it started off at £10, £20. And when we had other people donating in, so I think the prize fund was up to 50. You had to put yourself on our LUF page with a hat on, a made hat, or we had, I think Emily Kinder put about 20 on. But yeah, post yourself with a hat and like and share and join our.
You had to follow
our LUF page and take a picture of yourself on our page with a hat on, and that was as simple as that. And you had a chance of winning 50 quid.
Right. So I'm going to share now. I'm going to share the competition so you can see, and it will be. Right, so I'll go through some of these hats. So brilliant bucket hat, rocking Lacoste there. Another good hat. So we've got some baseball caps coming through. I know that guy. Me and this guy go way back, but it's more of a mask than a hat. That.
Oh, he has got a hat on, but is he incognito?
Yeah, that's the Dirty Gecko. Shout out, Chris. Oh, look at that, Willie. Willie's rocking a flat cap. Coming on like a Peaky Blinder. And then we've got Dave. Oh man, they're swimming caps. Good on you.
Like it.
There they are, the bucket hat boys. Go for it. Daniel there with the
Newcastle
beanie hat. I love this one.
Oh, that's gotta.
Paul B, you just take the credit, don't you? Take it to a new level, don't you, man?
I never thought of that. I know that lady. That's our Michelle. She did little treatment with Michelle, Littledale Hall.
Brilliant. Out the old Russian hat, always a good one. Oh,
Brad.
Brad's like taking it to a whole new level there, isn't he? Good
that
on you,
suits you, Brad.
Getting in touch with your femininity.
Why not?
Oh, look at that. That's a top one. That's a doggy hat. Yeah. For me, that was it for me. Just look at the attitude there. What a beautiful.
Yeah, with the folded arms.
Oh, what a beautiful picture. Oh, here we go. Terry.
Our Terry Hughes.
So Terry come in with like he just scattered us with about 15 or 20 hats.
Yeah.
And this is a boss one as well, isn't it? I love
cool. The dog doesn't look that happy. Oh, who's that?
Glenn's rocking.
I meant the other guy.
Yeah, yours truly. Oh, bless her.
Oh, that is awesome.
No. Oh, that's really cool, isn't it? Give her a bed in
I love
heaven.
it.
Bless her. Oh, so now we get the sunshine, do we? And the kids are coming in. And our Emily's rocking out a bit of a rush.
Oh, yes.
And a double bucket hat. He's giving us a double portion.
That's one of Emily's boys.
Ah, lovely. I don't know what that is. It's like a hedgehog or something.
Is it a Tasmanian devil?
A Tas devil. Good on you, Emily.
Could be, yeah.
Oh, look at these two.
David McCollum.
And his lovely little
And
lads.
Little Hope.
Yeah, nice one, Dave. And then we've got another elf as well.
Chris Blancan.
Chris Blancan, yeah. And this fella here.
Now, that's Joe Duffield, and the only reason he did that is because he put a cycle helmet on, and I messaged him and said, what on earth, that's not a hat. So I think he went and made himself one out of tinfoil.
Brilliant improvisation skills. That's good. So, ooh, that looks a bit like a calendar shot, that, doesn't it?
Now, I know that guy, that's Matty Widnell.
Yeah, Matty's rocking the shoulders and the Christmas.
Yeah,
hand.
showing
Nice.
off a bit with the vest on.
Yeah, it's one for the ladies, that. And, oh, we've got another elf.
Look at that. Now, come on, that's got to be a winner.
There you go again. Oh, and a double portion from Lindsay. And the winner is
Chris Blencan.
Chris Blencan.
Whoop, whoop.
£50 is on its way to you, Chris. So well done.
Peter,
well done. Yeah,
I've got something to jump in about with this competition.
go on.
The hats, I believe, rumour has it, there were some children on that.
There was 5 children.
Well, I've been told.
What I will say is the judges, they were really hard. You know, they were. It wasn't favouritism. It wasn't who they liked the best or who's the popular. Chris won it hands down. But you're right, there was 5 kids on there, Lindsay.
Well, I've been told that the children who entered are also getting a voucher as well as the winner. Is that right?
What we thought, with them making such a brilliant effort to put their hats on, we thought each one of those kids deserves an extra £10 from us. So each one of them 5 children will receive a £10 Christmas voucher from Red Rose Recovery.
Oh,
So that's £100 competition going out into the community. So
I also had, now I'm not sure if you're even aware of this, Pete, this might be a surprise to you. I had a phone call this afternoon and they're going to run another competition. And they were going to ring you, and then rumour had it that you've got a memory like a sieve. So they said, ring Lindsay because she'll remember. We're talking about the same competition. I don't know of a fund or how much it is, because last week jumped up because of the donations that people chucked some extra money in, which was nice. That's why it got up to 50. But we want you to do the same thing on the LUF page, follow it, but post a picture of you in a fancy dress, any kind of costume, fancy dress outfit, and put it on the LUF page. And we're going to run another competition.
Brilliant. Okay, so the competition is to just say that again.
They need to put a fancy dress outfit on, no theme or anything, just whatever you've got, costume, on the LUF page. And then what do we want? We want your picture.
Yeah.
Of you in the fancy dress page, and you've got to follow and like the LUF page.
No, you've got to follow and like Red Rose Recovery's Facebook page.
But you've got to post the picture on the LUF page.
Yeah, you've got to post it on the Lancashire User Forum
page.
But we want you to follow the Red Rose Recovery page.
So I don't think that's been announced. This is just hot off the press news. So that'll be going on the page, and then I suppose when they find out if we've got a pot of money or a voucher or whatever it is going to be.
When we get some more donors.
I guarantee right now Emily Kinder is in the bottom of a wardrobe raking through her outfits.
You would be surprised how many people want to contribute to good causes like that. Okay, Willie.
Yes, mate.
There's a whole group of people who are so excited about you coming on this show tonight, and I'm one of them. So you're excited as well. Yeah, because this is Willie. This is our Willie. Say hi, Willie.
Hi, Willie.
Hiya. You all right?
He's got a tattoo, yeah. Do you like his tattoo?
Yeah.
He's got a tattoo on his where? On his head. Got a tattoo on his head. So Willie, You sit up there now, good lad. So, Willie, we go way back, don't we?
Yeah, of course we do.
I remember meeting you in Kempleview for the first
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
and you were slurring. You were
Slurring, Pete,
dribbling. You were dribbling, mate.
dribbling, stamping on the spot, and walking up and down, arms shaking, hands letting go of cups. It wasn't nice. I just didn't know where I was. Do you know what I mean? I just didn't know where I was. And it upset my mum as well when my mum come in, like, my mum said, what have you got him on? And they were like that, it's to keep him calm, And she said, you're over medicating him. And the doctor just won't listen.
And what happened when you went to your sister's?
Yeah, I went to my sister's one day, and I went in her house, like, and I was pacing up and down in my sister's house. My sister were looking at me. My hands were shaking. I was slavering. And then my niece, she turned around and said, "Oh, my uncle Willie, what's the matter with him and all that lot." And I thought to myself, this isn't going on, this. And it made everyone unhappy. And sometimes when you are unwell, or when you're not unwell, sometimes you go and see a doctor, a psychiatrist, and they'll think they know better than what you're telling them, and then they will medicate you. And sometimes it is over medicating that's a problem.
So you wasn't that unwell that hearing your niece describe you as, how did she describe you, Willie?
Just describe me like, a dummy.
A dummy.
Yeah.
So you wasn't that unwell that hearing that description of you
from my niece.
How did it make you feel?
It hurt me so much. I thought, it's my own fault. I'm like this. How did I get like this? Where's it coming from? And my head was in that many bits. I was that unwell that I didn't know I was unwell.
Yeah.
It was just like a fake world I was living in.
Yeah. So you started to come to the Lancashire User Forum, didn't you, Willie?
Yeah, started to come there with a couple of the guys from Kempleview Hospital, the gym teachers, and sometimes a couple of lads would come. Sometimes it was only me that come. I was always truth and honest about what I said to people. I liked getting up and standing there. Pete used to get me up all the time. I can feel how other people feel because I've had an addiction, alcohol, other stuff. I've had addiction all my life. The addiction was to hide my illness. I was taking heroin to stop my illness getting to my head. Every time I tried to come off it, the illness had hit me like a brick. I couldn't cope. But in Preston Prison last time, they got me off the heroin and the methadone. And for months after, I did feel unwell. But now I've passed all that. I've tried my best, and I've been clean now for 4 years.
Wicked. Nice one, mate. Nice one.
Fantastic, mate.
So, Willie, you went from HMP, Her Majesty's Prison, and then you went into a hospital, didn't you? A locked hospital.
Yeah,
That's
was
where
right.
we met, wasn't it? In the
Yeah.
Campleview Locked Hospital. What was that like?
You want me to tell you a bit about Preston Prison, then going to hospital?
Go on then.
The reason why I went to Preston Prison was for possession of a weapon, and they said I'd harm public. Now, the possession of a weapon was a corkscrew. So I thought, how pathetic is that? You know,
Was that to open a bottle of wine with?
yeah, yeah.
Right.
And when I went to court, I said to me barrister, I said, you having a laugh, like, you know, for a corkscrew? He said, it's the media that keeps people in with mental illness.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't believe it. I had my own doctor outside, I had my own house that I just lived in for 1 week. I was only there 1 week. I had 24-hour carers, but when I come out of prison last time, I went in and the carers didn't have like mental health, you know, knowledge properly. It was like, it was just other people, and I failed. What I did is I threw a knife at the wall, I smashed a cup, and the carers rang the ambulance up police for me. They took me into hospital. They sectioned me again. And from Preston Prison, I was on the hospital unit. A psychiatrist from Campleview, doctor, come and see me at Preston Prison. Well, two psychiatrists come first for Preston Crown Court for the possession of a weapon. So they had to say if I was ill or not, doing that, carrying it and being a danger to the public.
Yeah.
They said, yes, I was unwell. I was psychotic at the time.
Yeah.
So that's what went to court. So the judge put me on a section 37, which is a hospital order. So the hospital order transfers me to a secure hospital. So I went to Campleview. They took me in handcuffs. They took me out of hand. They put me in Campleview. The staff were okay there. I'd have to say, you know, I owe them a big thanks to staff, but I wasn't too keen on the doctors because every time I seen him, he just added more medication to me. And I think that people don't get treated fairly, not fairly, but people don't get treated as well as they should because they tell their feelings, they tell them everything, you know what I mean, to get help. And like Chris said, you know, they just look in books and stuff like that, and they think they know it all, do you know what I mean? Know what to give you, just dope you up and shut you up, you know. And that's made me pretty, you know, pretty mad about it over the years, like, you know.
So,
and yeah, it's made me upset.
how long was you in Campleview, Willie?
4 years. I was there for 4 years for possession of a corkscrew, but I can't say it was just for that. I was mentally ill as well at the time.
But you started to get well, didn't you, in Campleview?
Yeah, I started to get well. They changed my medication, so I wasn't getting an injection every week. I went on to another drug, a psychotic, which is the psychotic drug I'm on now is one that they give you when no other drug works. So it's a powerful, and I have to get my blood took every month.
Yeah.
To make sure the drug's not messing with my white cells in my body.
Yeah.
So that's what you've.
So
I kept well.
Yeah.
And I got leave and everything off the doctor when I was well. The gym staff were great because he used to bring me to UP. They had a sports hall at Campleview, so I was doing the gym every day, basketball, you know, playing football. We'd go to Burnley in the minibus. We'd play football. we like a member of courts for Burnley in AstroTurf. We go to boxing in Chorley on a Monday night. We go to pool on a Monday at Burnley near bus station, and things started to get better for me. I started to get weller, and you know, some of my friends were still unwell and that, so I kept, you know, getting them to, you know, come on, you can get up, you can do it. You know what I mean? You go down once, but no, you get back up. That's what it is. No matter how many times they push you down, you've got to get back up.
Yeah.
Use the telephone, use the GP, use the hospital, use the psychiatrist, everybody that you know. If you are unwell, go and don't stop until, yeah, you know, don't stop until you get your voice over. You get, you know, it's not about them, it's you.
So, you used to come to a cafe, didn't you? A recovery cafe in Burnley.
Yeah, recovery cafe, yeah. Bev and Alison, and you were there a couple of times. We used to come from Kempo View on a Monday night. We used to get there for about 6 o'clock, and the gym staff who were running that as well, we used to make curries and that there, food. Sometimes a couple of my friends from Burnley also used to come in and see me, and we'd sit and chat, have cups of coffee, and then my mate had DJing gear, so he used to come with us and put his DJing gear in the van. So he put that on, we'd all sit together, maybe play games, play a pool, talk to each other. It was brilliant, it was. I'd say to anybody about that rehab cafe, I'd say it is a place to go to just to chill out and relax, even if it's only for 10 minutes. I've seen people come in for 10 minutes, just sit there, and I've gone like that. Hold on, mate. Do you want this for your tea? Take it with you. You know,
you did some training as well, didn't you?
What, for the boot camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, the boot camp. Yeah, Pete come over and I come for the boot camp, and Pete's there and I'm feeling dead nervous. And I got up and I was stuttering and standing like that. And that. Pete said, right, you've got to get it right. Right. What you do is when you talk, you make sure that you're, you know, going with your vibe, you're talking, and you stand still and, you know, just talk without hassling you, you know, talk into the camera. And I did that, and I got an award, which Pete awarded me for, the boot camp award. So he gave me that at a LUF meeting, made me feel dead. It made me feel dead proud that I'd actually got an award for something, you know, from my mental health. And
awesome.
Oh,
it was great. I felt over them.
Just on that, Willie, because this is like, you do talks at all of our Lancashire User Forums, don't you? And you've done a few talks now, haven't you, Willie?
Yeah.
So you have now qualified for your Speaker Bootcamp Fearless Speaker Award. So this is what got Willie. So
wow.
Yeah.
This is your
Woo.
badge. I don't know
Oh,
if you can see it.
well done, Willie.
Well done, Willie.
Can you see it,
Yeah,
Willie?
thank you.
Oh,
So,
mate, I made up for you. Honestly, that's incredible. What a story.
Thanks. It's not finished yet.
No, I just made you.
Chris,
What an inspiring guy.
Yeah, Chris, thank you very much, mate. Thank
My
you for
pleasure,
listening
sir.
to me.
Honestly, I could hear you talk all day.
Yeah.
So you've
Willie,
got-
I think your mum's watching.
She is, yeah.
Your mum's called Senga.
Yeah.
She's thanking. You've got so much love on here, Willie. Honestly, it's gone. The feed's gone just crazy. Joe Clayton, Lorna Simpson, Dave Thorpe, yes, what a message. Kaylee Carmel, Emily Kinder again, Darren Bird, Neil McNicholas, Kaylee Carmel. It's the love, the little love hearts are just popping for you, Willie.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
So they're all loving and supporting your mum as well. It's just, oh my God, it's gone crazy. It's like a confetti of love hearts. Oh, do you know, it's just incredible. Hannah Lodge, Alison Kershaw, Barbara English. It's gone love heart mad, Willie. I wish you could see it. It's gone crazy.
It's fantastic.
And well deserved, Willie. You're an absolute legend.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have love, would we, without our Willie?
No. Willie's the man, isn't he?
Willie's the man.
Willie's the man. So, Willie wants to say congratulations, Willie.
Congratulations, Willie.
Thank you. Thank
Who's
you.
that little dude, Pete?
That's my grandson.
What's he called?
Your granddad?
Tell him what your name is.
JJ.
Tell him what your name is.
JJ.
JJ's
I've got a boy called Jay.
Pete, you don't look old enough to be a granddad, mate. Oh my word.
I know, yeah, keep it coming, keep it coming.
What's your
Pete.
secret?
It's just reminded me, I was going to say, just in case he watches it back, he probably won't, but my middle son, my Jay, in 9 days' time, it's his 18th birthday. Happy 18th.
Oh wow, happy 18th.
Happy 18th.
Right, I've got a little surprise to share with the community. So we've run out of time this week, so I don't think we're going to be able to open it up for anybody to just come in, but we've opened it up for people to have their say on a little video. So I'm going to share with you a short clip, and then we're going to come back and we're going to round it up between us all. We're going to have a quick natter. So I'm going to share a little clip.
Pete,
Yeah?
I need 1 minute with you for something.
Right. Can we do it after this clip?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Hang about, Willie.
One, Dad. One.
Hiya, my name's Joseph Clayton. I'm a recovering addict from quite a few different substances actually. I feel that Red Rose Recovery has helped me massively, a lot really, in my progress to recovery. The team at Red Rose are absolutely amazing, very supportive. They've helped me in all different ways. You know, the phone's there if you need them. I believe that they've got the best groups are running, the LUF Lounge, you know, they've got a lot of different opportunities for different recovering addicts. Red Rose is a very good place, and I'd give anybody who's struggling, you know, the information to join with Red Rose. Without them, I definitely wouldn't still be in recovery. I think I would have failed at what I'm trying to do. So yeah, Red Rose has been the best to their ability really, and helped me a lot in my recovery. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tracy, and I've been attending Red Rose Recovery now for some time, and since I've recently relapsed and come back on the site after my traumatic accident or my traumatic attempt to commit suicide, Red Rose has given me the encouragement to connect with the groups massively and get to know other people's life stories and experiences, the hopes, the strengths and the weaknesses as well, and the amount of people that I've got to know, and the friends and associates that I've connected with are fantastic. So I recommend Red Rose to anybody who, especially who is new, and people who are seriously struggling, as it has helped me massively. If it wasn't for Red Rose, I don't think I would be sitting here right now, minus the drink and the drugs, as I am 77 days clean today, and that is through you guys. So anybody out there that is struggling, please, you know, log into Red Rose, get the help and support you need, and trust me, you know, it will do the world of good. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Christopher Blenkham. I connected with Red Rose Recovery January earlier this year. Since then, they give me the confidence to do all sorts of things. The staff and the lead volunteers have given me the tools to help with my addiction and with my mental health. They have also let me facilitate some of the groups, and they've also helped me set up my own fishing group. But above all else, they've taught me to smile again. Take care.
Hi there, my name's Darren. I come from Morecambe. I've been asked to tell you what I get out of being with Red Rose Recovery. I joined Red Rose Recovery over 7 years ago now, coming out of rehab. It was my first footstep back into normal life. That's when I met Emma Darius, and she planted a seed in my head for me to have recovery and growth, and supported me all the way through it, helping me to become a mentor, helping me through boot camp, but most of all, helping me find myself and know that I have the skills and life skills to become a peer leader within Red Rose Recovery, and never regret joining. I've got a lovely family of recovery, and I couldn't ask for better more people, non-judgmental at most of all, but I do love my recovery family. Thank you, bye.
To all the staff at Red Rose Recovery, I'd like to give them a big thank you for helping me through my recovery and continue to help me through my recovery. I'd just like to say a big thank you to all the staff as well, and they've been a great help for me. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name's Lindsay.
Whee!
I've been asked to do this video for Red Rose Recovery to say what I get from Red Rose Recovery. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I did a 6-month programme at Littledale Hall, and I came out in July 2019. I was looking for volunteer work basically, and was put forward to have a look at Red Rose. I started off running a cinema project in the library, and I loved it. I also helped out in the homeless shelter, attended groups, but my progression, I think, has been since COVID. It's had a positive effect on me, and I've got to meet people from different areas with Red Rose. It's the reason I get out of bed, and I've met some amazing people from all different parts. Now I'm North based, but I've met people in the East team and the Central team, and they've given me the encouragement to get where I am today. I'm now a lead volunteer in the North, and I'm part of the Lancashire User Forum, and I love it. It's given me hope, it's given me a life, and I do owe, cheesy as it sounds, I owe the life I've got now to, a big part of that is to Red Rose Recovery, and I love them. There is a life in recovery, and Red Rose helped me get that, and that's me.
Good morning, Red Rose family. My name's Neil, I'm an addict. Just a quick check-in to say what Red Rose means to me. 6 weeks ago now, 5 or 6 weeks ago now, I had to make a decision. I'm centred in an AA, and they kept me clean for 8 months. but it wasn't enough. It sent me round the bend doing the four suggested things, so I had to make some radical decisions 4 weeks ago, throw my towel in, start again back to the steps, and add an aspect to my life of normal living. I had to bridge myself to normal living, so I made some strong decisions. I joined college, I joined Red Rose, I joined other recovery groups, and it was amazing. Red Rose specifically to me has given me such a diverse, and I love diversity, way of recovery. The groups are phenomenal, especially in this lockdown. It's phenomenal. It actually blown my mind. I've met some lovely people. The staff are amazing. It's just unbelievable. For instance, my programme with Red Rose Recovery, the music groups, I absolutely love. The check-ins, the here and now, the 5 ways to well-being are all just what I needed. I love the informal aspect of the meetings. I love, although I don't fully understand how it's not total abstinence based for me. Today I realised that that's not possible for me, but 20 years ago if I'd have found Red Rose, it would have been just what I needed. Yes, I'm extremely grateful for everyone. So hopeful to see what the future brings. Thank you.
This is awesome.
Okay, so my name's Kevin. I'm the team leader for Red Rose Recovery, based in North Lancashire. I've just been asked to come on and just do this little video detailing what kind of an impact Red Rose Recovery I've had on my life since I was introduced to him. Little snapshot of where I was before I was introduced to him. So I got out of prison in 2012. I was introduced to Red Rose in 2013. How I came to be introduced to him was that, bottom line is, I've been under the supervision of the National Probation Service since I was 12, heavily involved in crime, in drugs, in violent behaviour, antisocial behaviour, all that kind of stuff. And on my last prison sentence, I decided that I wanted to try and escape from that world. I'd had enough of it. I didn't know how I was going to do that or where I was going to do that. All I knew was I wanted to get away. And I found myself relocating to a place called Accrington in East Lancashire. That's where I was introduced to Red Rose and the Lancashire User Forum. At the time I was introduced to them, because of my offending behaviours, I was subject to a mapper. I was on a long licence, and I could never see myself possibly making a new start for myself, because all those labels, if you like, were on me, rightly so, like, but they were on me. I was a mapper, I was a prolific offender, and I was on a long licence, so I didn't know what I was going to do. All I knew was that I didn't want to go back. When I found myself introduced to Red Rose Recovery, I got introduced to Red Rose Recovery. That's my life's kind of turned around and changed massively for the better, not only for me but for other people. So what's it been, like 7 years now since I was introduced to Red Rose? In them 7 years, I've managed to totally reinvent myself and escape that world permanently. I've been in employment for 5 of them 7 years. I've managed to go back to university. I learned to read and write again. Ended up getting myself qualifications, degree. I got a degree. I got 2 degrees. I got one in working with substance misuse. I got another one. I got a BA honours in health and applied social studies, and I got loads of other qualifications. But them qualifications, you know, that was good for me. That was my thing, getting qualified. But it's just the experience of what I've got of working with people. That I find working with people that moved in the same circles as I used to do really beneficial. But I only did that, I can only do that since my life's really only took off in the past 7 years. And it started with being introduced to Red Rose Recovery. Strapline for Red Rose Recovery at the time was building recovery by believing in people. They believed in me, and here I am today, a brand new life. So debt of gratitude, but I don't think can ever be repaid. Thank you, bye bye.
My name is Bev Webster. Red Rose came to visit me in hospital in November 2016 when I'd nearly drank myself to death. I had 50-50 chance of survival. I was depressed, isolated and very anxious. They guided me through the worst of times, and eventually I started to volunteer. I won an award for going above and beyond as a volunteer, and 18 months later I was working for them. Red Rose gave me hope and strength and helped me to see the person hidden inside. I can't thank them enough for all the opportunities they have given me and continue to do so.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is William McLean. I was first introduced to Red Rose and LUF whilst in Kempleview Hospital. Red Rose has given me the opportunity to improve interpersonal skills by attending events where I could talk about my recovery journey. This in turn helps people relate to my story. The project set up by the organisation helps me to improve as a person, growing in confidence and working in my self-esteem. I want to give a big thanks to everyone involved. It's nice to be part of the community that pulls together as one. Thanks to Scott, Pete, Bev and Alison and Ola Scott. Thanks a lot, and thanks for giving me the time to tell you a bit about my story.
Hi, my name's Gemma. I'm service user at Red Rose. I come and joined Red Rose roughly about 8 months ago at the beginning of the first lockdown. I get quite a lot from Red Rose. When I first come on Red Rose, I was, quite far on into my recovery, but I was still very vulnerable. Over the last 7-8 months, doing groups with Red Rose has allowed me to be able to get vulnerable on groups, come and talk about what's going on for me, and then have a laugh and get lovely support and encouragement from the staff and people on the group. Through doing the groups with Red Rose, I've now become a lead volunteer for Central. I've got a part-time job and I've just moved into my own property. I'd just like to say thank you and encourage anybody to get on Red Rose groups. They are great groups to get involved in.
Hi guys, I'm Daniel and I work for Red Rose Recovery. I started as a service user back in 2018 and immediately found that Red Rose Recovery were very welcoming, very non-judgmental, and made me feel a part of their family that they have. Since lockdown, I've attended group after group, learning from other members of staff, being encouraged and being inspired by members of staff too. In June, I was offered a part-time position with Red Rose Recovery, which I accepted. It's built my confidence, it's given me massive self-belief to continue with my journey. I want to thank Red Rose Recovery for believing in me and giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alison, one of the team leaders at Red Rose Recovery. I hope you enjoyed the video. If anyone who wants to get involved with Red Rose Recovery, simply visit our website www.redroserecovery.org.uk, fill a self-referral form in and one of the team will be in touch with you. Reach out, we want you to know that you're not alone. Join the Red Rose family.
Oh, that was fantastic, Pete.
That was good.
Wow, yeah, a force for good. Yeah, if that's not hearing it from the horse's mouth, I don't know what is. Well, I've got your ear. Who knows what that is?
What is it?
Okay. Comments in the community, tell us what that is.
Oh, I think I know. Does it begin with N? Can I say?
It does, yeah, go on then.
Is it naloxone?
Naloxone, that's
Is
the
that
one.
the nasal one that they've been piloting?
Yeah, that's the nasal one. Everybody should have that. Everyone should have some of that handy. I just thought I'd give it a quick shout out for naloxone. Yeah, wow. What a force for good, people just saying it how it is. Do you know the best comment I loved there? Someone went, Red Rose Recovery firing off shots of inspiration. It's the people in it. It's, Red Rose Recovery provides a bit of infrastructure, but it's the people that make the difference. And you people are a force for good in your community. I love it. Beautiful.
This has been fantastic, honestly. What a love lounge. This has been awesome.
Pete?
Yeah, go Willie.
Have a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, do you want a chat after this, or do you want to have a chat now on here?
I'll wait, I'm not bothered, I'm just wait.
Well, you can do it now, or we can close the show and we can have a chat, just me and you.
I'll do it now then. I'll do
Yeah.
it now. Right, it's to everybody that's out there.
Yeah.
I've wrote a book called Shattered Mirrors whilst I've been in lockdown. Now, my book is waiting to get published, but if anybody knows, it's about my life, about tonight, what I've said tonight, and it's a lot more than that. It's powerful. It's for everyone with illnesses. I'd like to say, if anyone would publish it outside for me, I don't want the money. I want the money to go to Pete, Red Rose, and LUF. So I want the money in my book to go to you guys, okay? I
might have the contacts to be able to help you with that, mate.
Yeah. So I want my money. I don't want the money. The money's got to go to people that need it for mental health, addiction. Even if it's £5, £10 a book and people buy it, you know.
That's fantastic.
Right. Okay. Willie, first of all, I love the title. Where did you get the name from?
Well, I thought of it and I thought, well, I was looking at mirror one day and when you look in the mirror, when everybody looks in the mirror, they can see themselves and their own thoughts, what they're thinking at that time. So what I've put is shattered mirrors, because you're thinking so much when you're in front of thing, you're shattering it, aren't you? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know something as well, Willie? You're quite academically minded. You written a program in Kemple View, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What was that called?
Oh, the step one.
The step one, yeah.
Yeah, I did from the bottom right up to when you're well, and then higher than that. And I brought it, didn't I, to the LUF meeting, and the doctor was holding it.
You did. So you've written a book now. Have you? How far have you got with it?
I finished it. I'm just waiting for somebody to publish it. So tonight I'm just saying, if anybody could publish my book,
right,
it would go through Pete to the LUF. And
okay, let's see if we can help Willie get this book published then. I suppose, what do you need from us, Willie?
I've got some contacts from people that I'll be able to get in touch with, and I'll see if I can. I've got somebody in mind straight away that I think will be very, very up for helping you, mate. So he's a very, very big name. He's got 2 books published himself. And he's also a massive advocate for mental health. So I'll fire an email off to him tonight.
Okay.
Finish this, and I'll see what I can do for you, mate.
Yeah.
Hey, Willie.
It's got about 9 chapters, Pete.
And is it on? Have you written it on a laptop or have you written it on paper?
No, I wrote it on paper.
Yeah.
And then it's been typed out by the staff here.
Oh, wow.
And they've gone through it. A member of the staff's gone through it for me.
Yeah.
And changed any, wrong bits I've done.
Right, okay.
So it makes sense. Just, do you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, the grammatical errors and things like that.
Yeah.
Tidied it up a bit.
Things in paragraphs and all that lot.
So
all that's been done. I've got a copy of that. I just need someone. I've even got the photo for the front of my book, what was the staff have took for me here. I'm sitting in a bench in the park beside a big tree with collars flowing through me.
See what I mean? We've got a talented, you know, the comments say, Jonathan Chapman says, I'm amazed at just how talented RRR people are. Lindsay.
I know, the love's just like mad. I've just had a call, and I just said, Scott Wakefield as wanting us to promote Puzzles Productions, which is awesome, and I'm starring in it. But I said, could you please just put it in the comments instead of ringing me when I'm on Live Love? So, yes, tonight has been incredible. Proper love in my throat. Red Rose really do believe in people and empower people to change their lives. Absolutely, they do. You've already got people want to buy your book, Willie. You've
That's
just
what I
mentioned
mean.
it.
Yeah, if everyone just bought a copy of my book, it'd go massive. And then
Hey, Willie. Hey,
the
Willie.
charity would go to Red Rose and LUF.
Willie, well,
Yeah.
you'd probably be on Breakfast TV promoting it.
Yeah.
Can I be a chaperone, Willie, if you get on Breakfast Telly?
Of course you can.
Oh, yes.
So is it a life story, Willie? Is it your life?
Yeah.
Is it what do you call them when you write
biography?
Biography.
A biography.
Yeah.
Right.
It starts as a child.
Right.
And it goes right through my life. And there's bits that I haven't said tonight, like when I was in prison, that what went on in my actual head in that cell, you know what I mean? It's really, you know, it goes into it.
Wow. You're getting a big thumbs up.
I know, yeah.
JJ. Give him the thumbs up, JJ. Right, show him your muscles. Yo, there they are. The muscles. Okay, guys. Do you know, let's finish off the night with a tune from Chris. How's that?
Well, I don't know if you've just seen your text. Don't say anything, but I'm going to finish this off big, and I'm going to do something special. My missus has just shouted at me because of what I'm about to do, because she said that I'm either going to break myself or the cop. But I promise you, 2 secs. I promise you something big for letting me come on one more time, and I'm going to try and deliver. This song goes out to everybody watching. This goes out to Lindsay. It goes out to Pete. It goes out to Willie. Not the title of the track. This song's called Bottom Feeder, and this goes out to everyone that's ever tried to put you down and say that you can't do anything. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
walk the walk and who the fuck can show? I know how to act quiet. Knife in the back when you still can't stop me. Oh yeah, I know how to roll it. Let's get this straight. Are you listening? Yes, big man. You can't find nothing. Let's get this straight. Are you listening? You're my life. Yeah. You need one, two. Yeah. We're the rats in the snake. Yeah. You need the one, two. Yeah. You need the one, two. Yeah. We're the rats in the snake. Yeah. You need the one, two. Okay. Take it feel no fear, like you feel the pain and you feel the fire running through my veins. You can't draw blood when your heart beats cold. Alright guys, so I said I was going to do something big to finish off tonight's LUF Lounge. I want to finish this off big. My name has been Chris Fogg. Thank you so much for having me come on again. Remember, you are not alone. You can do this. We are holding it together. We are a family. And I'm so proud to be a part of Red Rose and the Lancashire User Forum. So, don't take your eyes off the screen. Do not take your eyes off the screen. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm about to do this in my bedroom. So my name is Chris Fogg. I am the UK's only solo metalcore vocalist. And I am so proud to come back on here tonight and perform one more time for you. Big man, your name JJ? This next bit's for you. With your thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you. Enjoy. Feel no fear. Feel the pain. Feel the sky going through my veins. You can't draw blood when my heart beats cold. You can't escape your...
Wow.
I can't believe you've just done that. My heart was in my mouth. JJ, what did you think? How awesome was that?
Was it good? Did you see him do a backflip?
Yeah.
Was that
I
good
can
singing?
do one of them, JJ. I can't
What
really
did we
have made
think?
that up.
I can do a backflip.
Can
What did
you?
you think about the singing?
It's good.
Was
It's
it
good.
scary?
Did you like it?
Oh, mate. Oh, I love you. You're my new best fan. I may have just landed on my fingers, though. But I wanted to do something to thank you guys. Honestly, I've been on here 3 times, and I just wanted to do something that I usually finish off my shows with. So thank you so much, guys, honestly.
Wow, that's awesome. What a way to finish the night. So, guys, thank you so much. Lindsay, have you got any final...
Oh, it's just been crazy the whole night, hasn't it? Denise Holland Radcliffe, amazing. What recovery can bring. Leave addiction behind. Well done, everyone. That was an impressive backflip from Jonathan Chapman. Beth Ferguson, wow, that was immense. Stuart Watson, kick ass. Yeah, we are. Jodie Clayton, thank you, Dan, mate. Well done to you. Chris, it's just, yes, Chris. Dan Littlechild, Emily Kinder. Oh, it's just... It's the little love hearts. Oh, what have you got, JJ? Nothing's that impressive though, Jay. Let me see.
Song with.
Oh, wow.
All right, show the camera.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
Now that is impressive. You need to be on the show more because you've livened it up. I like it. I like the pink.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Willie. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you to the community for all the comments. And, you know, can I ask you to do just a favour at the top of the Facebook?
You've broken up, Peter.
I think I genuinely I might have just broken my finger.
Show them the smiley faces. You've got to show them on the camera.
Pete, you broke up there. I don't know if anybody else did.
Yeah.
Show you the smiley faces.
No, what you said about the joining the top of the page.
Right, so at the top of the page, there's a link to fill out the survey. It's like 15 questions with tick boxes. Please, people, go and fill out that survey. It'd be really helpful.
Some smiley faces.
Come and sit around here. It'd be really helpful to us if you fill that survey out, because we want to make sure the people who design mental health systems hear your voice and your experience. So click the link for the survey and fill it out. That'd be really helpful. Thank you, people. Good night and God bless. Stay blessed.
Thank you.
Don't forget to put your fancy dress outfits on the LUF page for a prize for next week.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Night, JJ.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you later, Willie.
See you later.
Bye-bye, Willie.
Bye.
See you later, Lindsay.
Bye.
Bye.